Okay, so I just wanted to record. Basically, the open beta is now going to be finished. It's already March 27th, early morning here. Um, in So because it's going to be over and you can't access the game, you won't be able to see everything that you've done. All this is going to be deleted. So I wanted to very quickly go through all this. So I played every class, 5 classes available. Played them all. And so basically I started off, this is the order, chronological order of what I played here. Played the rogue. It was very difficult, it was a drag, and because I remember, I think it was Diablo 2 or 3, I can't remember which, maybe both, that the rogue was one of the best characters. Blew everything away. And that was not the case for me, and maybe I didn't have the right build, or maybe I didn't have the right items yet or anything, but it was awful. It was a real drag. Maybe there probably is some good set or item or build out there that I just didn't figure out, but I found it to be very difficult. A drag. Not fun. Then I tried Sorcerer on hardcore. So Sorcerer was very, very good and could kill everything pretty well. That was with, Hydra. Yeah, so I created like a snowball Hydra Sorcerer here, and that was great. And I saw some other Chain Lightning one I heard about that was killing things really fast. So the Sorcerer, at that point I realized, okay, the Sorcerer is probably the best class, but I wanted to confirm with the other classes. So I already thought, okay, Sorcerer's number 1, and somebody else agreed online. And so yeah, with the Hydra or the Chain Lightning. My avatar is Chain Runner, that's why. The Chain Lightning build seemed to be crazy and wiping out everything. I don't know. I saw somebody using it actually. So then I thought, okay, Sorcerer is the best. Then I tried Druid. Druid I found to be very difficult. It's dynamic. So you could have different builds, like Elemental, 2 different Elemental, what is it, Wind, Earth, and or 2 different shape-shifting, either bear or wolf, and you can just, I guess, combine all those or choose one of them. So it's pretty dynamic, pretty cool. If you get bored easily, I think that might be interesting. But I did not find I didn't find the sweet spot. I had a lot of trouble with it. I ended up being Elemental with Wind and Earth skills, but it was tough. And so I bailed out of that one to try Necromancer. Necromancer was very cool, actually. Very fun. Actually brought back memories from the old Diablo 2. Necromancer was fun, brought back memories. It was awesome to play against monsters, but my build was completely useless against the world boss, for example. Like, I realized my attacks didn't even reach across the screen. My mana generating cast couldn't reach more than 15 yards perhaps, and I was really far away from the boss, so it was completely useless. Actually similar with other builds I had as well. So it made me think the entire build of your character will have to be totally different. Nearly every class or skill I had was useless against the world boss because it didn't reach, or I ran out of mana. Yeah, I couldn't use the generate skill, and then I couldn't generate enough mana to cast my main skill that would reach across the screen, so that was pretty lame. I wonder if they'll change that, the distance that the skills can cast. So anyway, but then this character, any bosses, I was not able to kill very easily. I was running away. Skeletons died right away, or not that quickly actually, but while the skeletons were alive, I had to just kill as much as I could of the boss, and then as soon as the skeletons were all dead, I had to run around in circles and run away, and it was very annoying. So if you went with Necromancer, you'd have to figure out how to build your character to fight bosses. That would be the main key. But the skeletons are really fun, the way it's built in, and the way the skeletons are like automatically part of the class build and not a skill you have to put points into. So you just automatically get tons of skeletons. So that was cool. So I already had 5 skeleton warriors and 3 mages at this, I think, level 21 here, automatically. That's part of the class. So that's very cool, dynamic change that they've done there, where you just automatically have the skill. And then I wanted to confirm that by Barbarian, I'd heard somebody say it was also a slog or difficult to play compared to other characters, like the Sorcerer, for example. I think a lot of people found out Sorcerer was really good, one of the best, and me too, and I thought it was the best. But if I were to rank these in what I will play and want to play, I would move this chronological order to... How do I move this? How can I do... See, this slider doesn't work. What's going on here? Okay, the slider doesn't work. Blizzard, please fix this. So this is my number 1 class. The Barbarian. Number 1. This is the best. In terms of survivability, killing everything, especially bosses or groups, anything, Barbarian's the best. And my number 2 would be Sorcerer. I actually can't, it feels like so long ago, I can't even remember now how well it did against bosses, but I think it was pretty good with Hydra. You shoot a Hydra and then run around in circles. But there were a bunch of defensive skills I should have used that I saw in somebody else's build that I probably should have put in there. That would be my number 2 second choice. Number 3 choice for, wanting to play would be Necromancer. I'd have to figure out a build to fight bosses, because at least the Sorcerer can kind of freeze them, use the Frost Nova or something and freeze the boss in place for a little bit, and use Hydra and run around. But as the Necromancer, I don't think there's anything you have that will just automatically attack. Once the skeletons are dead, there's nothing you have that'll automatically attack like a Hydra from the Sorcerer, as far as I know. So it's if there's a build out there for bosses, then it might be interesting, because it's fun to play the Necro. I think it might be one of the more fun classes to play. And then yeah, it's really the other 2 classes. So I think the worst for me were both Rogue and Druid in a tie, because I have a feeling the way these are built is the items are so powerful, some of them, with these amazing, like, legendary aspects, that it'll completely change your character. And I have a feeling there's like these overpowered items that will make the other characters elite as well. I just didn't find them, I guess. So if you found something like that, these characters might be viable, or if you got the right build, but I found these to be the most difficult, and the least I wanted to play these both as a tie, Rogue and Druid. So the Barbarian is my... So basically I have a Thorns Barbarian. Let's just show my skills. Oh, you can see all my skills here. So Shout, this is the main one here. So this has, while active, thorns equal to 50% of your maximum life. So the thorns can kill. So it's amazing with all this gearing towards thorns. Do massive damage to bosses when they attack you.